Hey Red Oak, I am so excited to be here with you today. My name is Ron James and I have a fun-filled presentation for you. We have a number of guest speakers that are going to share. We're going to mix things up today and we're going to do like a tag team. You know, like there's going to be different people that are going to be speaking into your lives and sharing different things. So here we go. The first thing I want to do is thank you so much. Because each and every time I speak, I share with passion. I bring authenticity. And you know what? I always make it about you. See, you're the most important person to me right now because I get an opportunity to speak into your life. And it's my hope to take a seed and plant it. Yeah, matter of fact, we're going to talk about gardening. So here we go. You guys ever seen a garden before anything's planted in it? It's like this dirt, and it doesn't look like anything. But what happens is something magical takes place. Something phenomenal, something amazing. They take a seed and they plant it in the ground. And when they plant this seed in, let's just say it's an apple seed. Now, we wouldn't plant an apple seed, would we, and expect lemons? No. We would plant an apple seed and expect apples. So, we plant this seed, and the seeds are thoughts. These seeds are that you are amazing. See, you are all different seeds. What? Did you say, Mr. James? Yeah. We are all different individuals and we are all planted here with the opportunity to be amazing with the gifts and experiences and different things that we learn. How about that for a thought? Yeah, you are amazing just like you are. You're special. You're creative. All of you are inspiring. You have something to offer each other. And as a matter of fact, as we grow and as we learn from each other, we get to take on different things that we can then plant in our garden as well. Because as I grow, apple produces apple as a fruit and also seed. Lemons produce lemons. And then there's a seed. And most fruits produce seeds. So these seeds that are being produced are experiences and gifts that we can share with one another. And we can then take those ideas, those gifts, and plant them in our garden, almost like an opportunity to grow. So I'll give you something very simple to understand. I have a daughter, and she is amazing. She's 4.5 years old, soon to be 5. And her name is Maria, and her name means miracle. So here it is one day, Maria is sitting there, and she comes up, and she comes into the house, and she's looking sad. She was at daycare. And I'm saying, what's wrong, sweetheart? And she says, I wasn't line leader today. And I'm like, oh, well, don't be discouraged. You'll be line leader. You'll get an opportunity to be line leader. And she said, okay. And she went to school another day, daycare. And she came back and she was sad again and she wasn't line leader. But I explained to her opportunities coming. And sure enough, it was like the 3rd or 4th day when she came home. She was like, Daddy, I was the line leader. So here's what I'm going to share with you. Each and every one of us are different. And each and every one of us have the opportunity to share our differences as line leaders in the things that we do. And all we have to do is wait our turn. Hey, Red Oak, get ready for an exciting, impactful speaking presentation here today from Team Choices. Have a great day.
Hey, Red Oak, how you guys doing today? It's such a pleasure to be before you guys, man, from representing the team choices to bring a message to you guys, a message of hope and a message of hopefully inspiration. My name is Steve Middleton, member of the choices team. We go all over the place, man, trying to share a message of hope and try to make an impact and make a difference in you guys' lives. I'm here today to talk about respecting community and trying to make a difference. A lot of times in our neighborhood should be an atmosphere of safety. But if I don't take responsibility for the part that I need to play in it, then it might not be that. What I'm saying is that sometimes we see things and we kind of like look the other way, make sure we don't see them, right? But what we need to do to maintain that atmosphere of safety in our community is whatever we see activity, we don't have to address it ourselves, but just report it to our parents, and our parents will report it to the authorities. See, a lot of times what we do, and I was guilty of myself, I get so hung up on what other people think about me. If I say something, you're going to call me this, you're going to call me that, right? But if I put too much emphasis on what you say about me, that will plague me the rest of my life. So I have to make a stand sometimes, right? No matter what others say, but put more importance on what I say and what I think about me. See, but here's the problem here. Like, it's what you say about me, it's what I say about me, and which one says it the loudest. So I need to continue to keep the focus on just doing the right thing for the right reason. Again, our neighborhood should be an atmosphere of safety. The difference between a neighborhood and a community is a mindset. It's how you look at it. It's a responsibility that we each and every one of us take to maintain that atmosphere. I personally grew up in a rough area of West Baltimore, in the urban city, where the community was not so much bent on safety, but more so on survival. And that's just the way it was, a way of life, right? And I've learned since then that it is another way. And the other way is, instead of surviving, you want to live and enjoy where you're at. And one of the ways we can continue to live and enjoy where we're at, we have to take responsibility in our own hand and just play our little part. We don't have to step out there and be Superman or anything in nature there, but just play our part, man, and creating this atmosphere of safety. I need to take advantage of the opportunity I have to help my neighbors out sometimes. Whether it's like helping them with their yard, or when the snow comes, helping them with the snow, whatever the case may be, but just show some kindness. And in showing this kindness to my neighbors, it creates, again, that atmosphere of safety in our community. We all play a part. We all play a significant role in maintaining the atmosphere. You ever notice that some neighborhoods are kind of rough, and some neighborhoods are kind of like safe and easy? Why is that? I found it's because of the residents, the people who live in the neighborhood, and how they look at it and what they do and don't do. It's real easy to look the other way when I see something that's wrong. You know what I mean? It's real easy to not say anything because I don't want you to think that I'm a bad person, or I'm a snitch, I'm going to tell anything like that. So therefore, I'll just go along with the go along. But it's more challenging and more responsible to make a stand and say, you know what? That's not right. I don't want that in my neighborhood. I don't want that in my community. And I'm going to say something about it. And that right then and there is declaring your independence. That right then and there is declaring that you think for yourself and not allow others to think for you or govern you. It starts with us, each and every one of us. Whether it's in the neighborhood, whether it's in the school. I got to continually maintain the fact that I am the one that govern how I think and what I do, and not anyone else to influence me. So I urge you kids today, like to take that stand when the opportunity presents itself, to do the right thing as far as continue to maintain your atmosphere of safety in your community, and also continue to maintain the atmosphere of doing something kind for your neighbor. Whatever it might be, running to the store, picking up some trash, whatever it might be, just take that opportunity and do something nice. And in doing something nice, you will continue to create the atmosphere that everybody wants to be in. A nice, safe, clean atmosphere. We have to play our part in it. So I'm urging you kids, and I'm challenging you kids right now today. Whenever you have the opportunity to rise this, right, just do the right thing, do the right reason, and you will be rewarded for it, I guarantee you. So please, just take this opportunity and just continue to just move forward and continue to just do the right thing. Stand tall, stand strong, and don't worry about what other people think about you, what they say about you, because people are going to say things and think about you forever. But I need not let that encourage me or influence me into what I do or don't do. Again, put more emphasis on what you think about you and what you say about you, and let that be more important. And then as you continue to move through life, right, that will be your mantra. That would be up front. How you feel about you, how you think about you, as opposed to what others see and think. I mean, I have to admit, at one time in my life, I wanted to fit in. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be a part of. You know, I wanted to be accepted. But what I found out from my own experience in trying to fit in and being accepted, that took me to some places that I really didn't want to go. So that's not a good thing all the time to want to fit in and want to be accepted. See, again, I have to decide which is the right path I want to go and not allow others to decide it for me, because it might not land where I want it to land. So please, just take the time and just do the right thing, and you will be rewarded for it, I guarantee you. So I'm just so excited and so grateful to have this opportunity to speak to you guys, man, and just hope that, like, you know, our team all together, man, will make a difference, make an impact in you guys' lives, okay? Looking forward to seeing you one day, all right? Y'all take care.
All right. Hi, my name's Star, and today I'm talking to you about leadership skills. What makes a good leader? I often reflect at people in my life that have set a good example for me to follow, and I would consider them my mentors or my leaders. A lot of these people, they have unique character traits that you don't find in just everybody you meet. That's what sets them apart and makes them a good leader. But being able to identify those character traits is a discipline that we all need to learn. Because as we learn how to identify the people that truly excel, we'll be able to tell who can be a positive influence in our life and who won't. This is a vital skill we need to learn as we grow and mature. Because we're influenced by a lot of people that we may follow, but they're not good leaders. When you find someone that's worthy of following, they can take you to amazing places that you've never been before. This is a skill that as you get older, you'll become better and better and better at learning who to follow and who to disregard. Some of the characteristics of being a good leader is honesty. Honesty makes a good leader. Honest in heart and what they strive to achieve. And I always default to two words: achieving greatness. Each person should strive to achieve their own personal greatness. That doesn't mean become rich and famous or own Lamborghinis or travel around the world. It's become the best version of yourself that you can be. This is very difficult to understand when you're young, because we all want to become famous, or we all want to strive for frivolous things that really don't matter that much. But the way we interact with human beings and the way we touch their lives, we ourselves can become leaders. We can find and figure out that we, as we mature and grow, will learn leadership skills by following the people that we see as leaders. And as we learn those skills, if we cherish them and we practice what we learn, then we too will become leaders. Honesty is a good one. Drive is another one. You need to have motivation and drive and purpose. Now, purpose is a word that it seems like a generic term, but purpose means you're striving for something greater than yourself. As we find our leaders in our own life space, we'll need to make decisions where we cut out other people that we can't learn any lessons from, that they're bad influences on our life. This is a difficult thing because a lot of the people that we meet, we may like them for a specific set of reasons. We may share common interests, we may share hobbies, we may share even some motivational things. But if they're not someone that you can learn from and idolize or respect as a leader, then you have to value and decide how much time you're going to spend with that person. The leaders are the people that can take you to another level, and they'll shape your future. They'll teach you things that you couldn't figure out yourself, or they'll help you to learn things that you need to learn at a vital point in your life when you're faced with a decision. As we develop our own good leadership skills, we'll be able to influence other people, and it's just a matter of making a couple decisions when we're faced with these choices of a good path or a bad path. Those mentors are people that kind of, I don't want to say, I use the term pure of heart, but that's a big term. Very few people are pure of heart, but their intentions are good. Their intentions are truly to help you. And when you find those people, they're so valuable in your life, and you need to cherish them and learn what you can if they're willing to share. But you have to earn that knowledge by proving that you're going to do something great with that knowledge. So these leadership skills, when you meet these people in your life that you truly can treat as a mentor or a leader, I think those are the people that are almost magic. Whether it's a destiny or fate, whatever it is you believe that they walk into your life, when you see that leader and you realize they're going to help you with your path, you have to follow them. It's your responsibility to go through that door when they open the door. And if we would all just take responsibility when someone has faith in us and their intentions are good, if we would cherish that responsibility as something larger than ourselves, we can do amazing things. And we can achieve our own personal greatness. Thank you very much.
Hey, what's up, Red Oak Elementary? My name is TJ Griffin, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. A little bit about myself. I work with the Choices team with Ron James, and I travel across this beautiful country working with kids and mentoring youth and doing speaking engagements, as well as I'm a former recording artist, manager, and booking agent in the world of hip-hop. So I work with a lot of the rappers that you see on TV and on some of your favorite songs. And I transitioned from the hip-hop music industry into working with youth, and I'm just so happy to be here with you guys today. I was asked to come talk to you briefly about leadership and social awareness. And them words are kind of big and maybe something you're not used to hearing, I'm not sure. You guys are still in elementary school, but there's leaders in all of you guys. Even as a young person in the first, second, and third grade, there's still a leader in you. And things you'll get to find out who you are and what you're worth, depending on who you surround yourself with and how you recognize the jewels that are inside of everybody. I'm going to tell you a short story. I need you guys to listen to this. Very interesting story. It's cool. Many, many years ago, a young teenage boy went to his father and said, "Father, what is my value on this earth? What am I worth? I don't know what I'm worth or what I want to do with my life." His father said to him, "Take this rock." And he pulled a stone out of his pocket, a regular looking stone. "Take this rock, son, and go downtown to the city market. I want you to set up a stand, and I want you to sit the rock on the stand. And if anybody comes to buy it, you say nothing, son. You just hold up 2 fingers. Whatever they tell you, you come back and tell me. Don't sell the rock." So the boy goes downtown to the city, sets up a little stand where people sell things like fruits and vegetables, and he puts his rock on the table. And it says, "For sale." He sat there for 8 hours before one lady stopped. Now, all day this little boy sits there and nobody stops to see his rock. It's just a rock. One lady says, "Excuse me, little boy, how much is the rock you're selling?" What did Dad tell him? Hold up 2 fingers. So he held up 2 fingers. He said nothing. She said, $2? He grabbed the rock. He packed up his bag and his rug and he ran home. His dad said, "What happened today?" "I was offered $2 for the rock, Father." Father said, "Really? Tomorrow, I want you to take your stand and I want you to go to the museum inside the downtown area. There's a beautiful museum. And I want you to take the rock to the museum manager. And you say nothing. All you do is hold up 2 fingers, son, and come back to me." So the boy wakes up the next morning, gets his little rug, wraps the rock in it, goes downtown. It's miles to walk by himself downtown, gets to the museum, walks in the museum door, and the manager says, "What are you doing here, boy? We're not open yet." The boy says, "I have something to show you." And he goes like this. The manager of the museum grabs a stone, puts it on his desk, grabs one of the microscope thingies, and starts looking at it. and starts looking at it, turning it. Then he grabs a couple of books, opens the books, and is looking at the rock and trying to read these books. And he says, boy, I will give you $2,000 for this rock. $2,000? He grabs the rock, folds it up in his rug, and he runs back home. When he runs to the door, right away, Dad, Father, what, son? We were offered $2,000 for the rock. Father says, $2,000. Tomorrow, son, I want you to take your rock, wrap it up, and I want you to take it to the precious stone store. That's the jewelry store. Say nothing, son. When he asks how much the rock you're selling for, you put up 2 fingers and say nothing. All night the boy can't sleep. He wakes up in the morning, he takes his rock, folds it in his little carpet, and he runs to the precious stone store. When he gets to the precious stone store, they're not used to having children walk in there, so they're a little surprised of what this young man's doing in there. And he pulls the rock out of his pocket, he unwraps it, the stone from his little carpet, and he holds it up. And the jeweler says, oh my God, where did you find such a stone? It's one of the rarest stones in the world. The boy, and the manager says, how much do you want for this stone, son? And the boy says, and the manager says, I will gladly give you $200,000 for the stone. And the boy folds the stone off and runs home so excited. $200,000, guys, is $1,000 200 times. When he bursts through the door, Father says, what did they tell you, son? He says, Father, they said they'll give us $200,000. This kind of money will change our life forever. He says, son, I know what the value of the stone was the whole time. I've been saving it for you. But what I really wanted you to learn is what value means. You see, when you took the stone to the market, people did not see value in that stone there. They're used to just buying fruits and vegetables, spending very little money there, and most of them don't have much. So you sat there all day and no one recognized the stone. And you were offered $2. When you went on to the museum, you had professionals there that see value in different things because they know the history of it. You were offered $2,000 there because it's a different environment. Then you went to the precious stone store, the jewelry store, and then you were offered $200,000 there. See, the stone never changed, boys and girls. It's the same stone that Dad had in his pocket. But depending on where that stone was placed, the value increased. So the message in the story is, who you surround yourself with and where you place yourself will determine the value of you. You become who you surround yourself with. And in true leadership, we recognize this. We also recognize as a leader that every stone has a jewel. And just because the outside of the stone may be black like coal, guess what? Diamond ice, the bling that your favorite rappers wear, that starts off as a rock in the ground. Over time and years and pressure, that rock turns to a different stone, gets cut and shaved and shined and becomes a diamond. All of us have this inside of us. I challenge you, Red Oak, all you students, to recognize the blessings and the jewels that's in everybody, in every kid in your classroom, every kid walking the hallway, no matter what color, no matter what shape, no matter how much money they got, that they are a precious stone. Each one of you guys watching this is. Be a leader. And remember, depending where you place yourself, where you put yourself and who you surround yourself with will determine your value and who you become. All right, Red Oak, I hope you learned something about that. I can't wait to meet you guys in person one day, hopefully. Shout out to all the staff and the teachers, and wait till you hear our next speaker from the Choices team. Peace and I love y'all.
Hello, Red Oak. My name is Jesse Davis, and I'm here today to speak to you briefly about subjects, one or two subjects that are dear to my heart. So if you will just give me your full attention just for a little while, there are a couple of things I'd like to get across to you. One is accepting our differences, and two is social awareness. Now, as we grow and we come in contact with other people, we're going to see many different things. People come from all walks of life, different races, different cultures, different neighborhoods, and have different backgrounds. So one of the things that I've come to understand and realize is that it's very important not to have any prejudice whatsoever in my heart, to be open, to be honest, to be sincere. Why?
Because those are the same things that I hope to receive from other people. If I'm not able to do these things, that limits me. It keeps me from experiencing things that I may not understand or things that I don't understand. So if I take the time out to say, just because this person looks a little different than me, or this person speaks a little different than me, or dresses or walks and talks different than me, like if I can get past that, then I can move forward into something that may be one of the greatest experiences of my life. Let me share a little story with you. When I was growing up, I went to a school, a private school, which was predominantly a Caucasian school. Me being an African American, this put me in a situation that I wasn't always totally comfortable with. So what happened is, with me in particular, is that it wasn't so much that I didn't accept the differences in other people, it's that I had to learn to accept that I myself was different and placed in an environment that I wasn't aware of. So what that caused me to do was to be a little shy, to be a little standoffish, and to not fully participate in things that I was presented with on a daily basis in school. So what that led to is that in my mind I thought, I wonder if people were thinking about me and talking about me and laughing at me and all these different things that I created in my own mind. So it took me some time, but because I have the type of personality that I do, and I always want to be friendly and kind and courteous to others, I took a chance. I stepped outside of myself. I stepped outside of the things that I was thinking and telling myself and took a chance on making friends with the people who I was now going to school with. So what that led to, and it was really quick, people accepted me just like I was. No one laughed at me. No one talked down to me. No one pointed the finger at me. They were happy to be my friend. They were waiting for me to get past myself so that we could all just have fun together. I began to be invited to people's homes. I got to go on outings, on field trips. I did things I never thought I'd ever do. I actually got invited to a bar mitzvah, believe it or not, where I was responsible for creating a Hawaiian salad. And guess what? It turned out perfect. I was well received. We had a great time. I didn't know what to expect, and it was a little scary at first. But once I got in and I got past myself, from telling myself I wasn't worthy or I was too different, once I got past all that, it was great. I had a fantastic time. So what I'm saying to you today is that sometimes we have to challenge ourselves to not think the way we've always thought. If my thoughts are keeping me from interacting with other people or from seeing the true value of having a friendship with someone I may not already know, I have to change that. If it is to be, it's entirely up to me, just like it's entirely up to you. So today I challenge you to take a chance. Just take an opportunity. When you see someone who's different or who walks and talks different, it doesn't mean that you can't be friends. It doesn't mean that you can't experience things with them. It doesn't mean anything except there's an opportunity for you to do something different. So I challenge you today, boys and girls, to reach outside of yourself, to say, hey, I would like to understand and experience something that I may not have ever experienced before. You see, being aware of my surroundings, of the things I come into contact with, and the opportunities that may be available to me, it's my responsibility. It's entirely up to me. So take a chance on yourself. The biggest investment that any of us can ever make is in ourselves. We must learn to step outside of ourselves. Just because my friends may say that I shouldn't play with someone or that I shouldn't interact with someone doesn't mean that that's true. If I never speak to that person, or if I never take that trip, or if I never entertain a different thought, I never get to experience anything different. And today, it's about expanding our horizons. It's about opening up our minds to new places and new possibilities. Don't limit yourself. That's one of the biggest mistakes we can ever make, is to limit ourselves. So take a chance. Take a chance on being a friend. Take a chance on understanding. Take a chance on learning something new. And who knows, you may even go places you never thought you'd ever go before. So, my name is Jesse, and it's a pleasure to speak to you today, and I hope to see you and speak to you again soon.